Team USA has won the gold medal. They have been crowned the champions of the U19 World Cup. There were multiple games from the semifinals on over the weekend, and rather than recap them all individually retroactively, we're just going to recap this tournament overall. Team USA destroyed Germany. A lot of people were really excited for this game, myself included. Germany led by Christian Andersen, one of the best guards in college basketball. Hans Steinbach, who's been like the breakout star of this entire tournament, headed to Washington. And then Eric Ryby, who is, I think, going to be UConn's best center next year based on what I saw in this tournament. They have real legitimate star power, and they were awesome in this tournament until they saw the Americans card. 109-76 was the final score. It was a relentless performance from Team USA. They had 6 players in double figures. Truly a team effort. Pretty much anyone who checked into the game for USA in this event or in the championship game really impacted things. Everyone was awesome. We can single out specific performances, but nobody had more than 15 points in this game. It was my center, Merez Johnson, who had 15 and 10 to lead the U.S. in scoring in the championship. Koa Pete, A.J. Dybantsa, Michael Brown, Jordan Smith, Tyron Stokes, also in double figures. But you can talk the championship game if you'd like, or you can go broader and just look back at this event as a whole. But what are your biggest takeaways from Team USA's gold medal winning week at the FIBA U19 World Cup?
First of all, college basketball is going to be a lot of fun this year and next season. Not just with Team USA, just like some of the talent you saw across from other countries that I think are going to be playing in college basketball. It's going to be really fun to see. I think there's so many storylines that could be taken away from the U19, especially just for the USA team in general. Like you see really good co-compete performances in a lot of the games. Even down to like guys like Tyron Stokes, who I felt like were out of the rotation, now find themselves like he stayed on the straight and narrow even in a short period of time, which I think honestly, for me personally, shows me a lot about Tyron Stokes and him having the ability to kind of stay mentally locked in when he was kind of benched to start this tournament. Then you have other just great like Michael Brown was great this tournament. AJ Dybantsa had his moments as well. Everything I love about Jordan Smith Jr. you saw in this tournament as well. I absolutely adore that kid. Honestly ended up being a pretty dominant performance, even down to guys like Merez, like you brought out. Like Merez in that last game against a really good German front court, by the way, was physically dominant in that basketball game. So I think a lot of really good positives, honestly, from everybody too. Like even in the small moments, like Brandon McCoy would get on the floor or even like small JJ Mandaquit moments as well. Like I just feel like everybody played pretty well throughout this tournament, and you had moments from everybody.
Yeah, I think you can see why this specific age group has won so much for Team USA. Not that like most Team USA youth teams don't dominate competitions like this, but like this specific class has been like historically dominant. You think back to last summer where they were winning by larger margins than Team USA had ever in history at any level won by. That was when the Boozer twins were playing as well. But a lot of these figures on this team have been key figures through the years for youth Team USA teams. And you can see why. They're just deep as hell. Like this class in general is going to be really awesome in college and beyond when they get to the professional ranks. But you're right. I think that's the largest takeaway. It's very rare, I think, that you watch an event like this and come away feeling like the 10th and 11th guys are awesome. And this was a loud part of this. Like Jasper Johnson had an incredible game over the weekend for Team USA where he led the way. Michael Brown was probably the biggest storyline. He was great. Koa Pete, super productive. I think Dybantsa lived up to what people expected from him. Even guys like JJ Mandaquit, who weren't really expected to play all that much, ended up doing really good things. He had 6 assists, led Team USA in that category in the championship game. Nick Kaminia had moments where he looked like the leading scorer for this team and then would kind of not even play the next game. Tyron Stokes almost had a quadruple double one game. Jordan Smith Jr. was being praised by Sam Vecini for being the best guard on this team. So like one by one, everyone made their impact felt at points in this tournament. And that's very rare for any version of Team USA, let alone like an under 19 version of Team USA. So credit to all of these kids for being such a cohesive unit together, and credit to Tommy Lloyd and the coaching staff for getting these types of unselfish performances out of them. But it was just a fun team to watch. I will remember watching this run very fondly when I start to see big time individual stuff from these guys in college and beyond. Um, are you surprised Germany couldn't keep it closer? I mean, this was competitive through one quarter, and then Team USA really opened it up in the second.
Yeah, levels. Look, it was fun. It was fine. They had a good performance. Really, it's just when you have Team USA with the ability just to turn up like they can, like they're so talented, and they just have the ability to kind of flip it on at any moment. And they were kind of able to do that, right? They were able to do that. And um, look, I don't think that, honestly, I thought they played pretty well. I just thought that it was a moment where I think USA's overwhelming talent just kind of took over because they're just able to make crazy runs. Like even like Germany had it close. Germany had the lead, and then all of a sudden like Michael Brown hits a three. They press. JJ Mandiquit gets a steal. He gives it to Perez. He gets a and one dunk. It's just like it. They have the ability to pour it on so quick that they just had to keep it close for as long as they could. But like they never was really in doubt.
This video is brought to you by NBA 2KLab.com. 2K Lab worked with us last summer as well. They're one of our favorite entities in all of sports gaming. We want to show you their college basketball stadium locator challenge game. And I'm going to share a screen right now as we do this. South Carolina, bang. Oh,
Ooh,
okay, that's pretty good. Next, North Carolina. Why are we only getting the Carolinas?
please
Bang.
lock in.
St. John's, that's New
New
York.
York.
Bang.
Where's New Jersey?
We're on fire. Colorado. I actually don't know what state Colorado is.
It's it's in Colorado. There's a state of
Is that
Colorado.
this one?
It's to the right of Phoenix.
Anyway, you get the picture. This game's really fun. They've got more games as well, like Guess the NBA Player, Mystery Fantasy Draft, and more. Stay tuned for all of the college football content and games that they'll be putting together to help you get the best experience out of college football 26. Back to the video. Yeah, no, I think the way to frame it for me would just be this. It was a tall task for the Germany trio, and you could put Jack Hale in if you want as the fourth. He was good in this game, I thought, but um, like Christian Anderson played 33 minutes. Steinbach played 29 minutes. Rivey played 24 minutes. Team USA, like we had Koa Pete, AJ Dybantsa playing 15 and 19 minutes in this game. Like everyone was just fresh, right? Like it's one of those things where I think part of the reason Team USA was so balanced and so good was they would just keep everybody at 100% stamina at all times. And I feel like depth is an overlooked part of events like this when in this championship game, you're playing your third game in 3 days. And it was a lot of mileage on Anderson and Ryby and Steinbach. And those guys were awesome in this tournament. But against the Team USA team that just comes in waves. They didn't have enough. Anderson finished with 18 points, 9 assists. I thought he acquitted himself very nicely, 4 steals on the defensive end, but he was 6 for 19 from the floor, 3 for 11 from three. That was definitely part of it. I thought he just looked a little tired at points. Steinbach feels like the biggest story from a non-American perspective of this entire tournament. I mean, it feels like from everyone just who came into this to how they left, how they're perceived publicly. Steinbach's probably the biggest individual winner of the entire week. Do you agree with that statement? And I guess what did you think of seeing him against Team USA? He looked the part, man. He was there.
No, I thought consistently he looked the part throughout the whole tournament, and like to this point, like I feel like you're a believer, and you obviously pay attention to what Steinbach's doing, but like when you back it up and do it against Team USA, then it's like all right, like it wasn't even just like a fluke against some other countries. Like it's legit. That dude is going to be, I think he's going to be a beast
Yeah,
immediately.
I'm kind of terrified of Washington right now, honestly.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
I, I think. Well, I don't know. If I'm terrified, or I'm interested to see how Sprinkle operates in this.
Yeah. I mean, he was just sensational. He averaged 17 and 13 in this event. Two
Ridiculous.
assists. He's awesome. He had the clip that I saw that kind of circulated the most after I watched this game live, but after the fact, I went back and watched clips too. And Steinbach had a defensive stop on Dybantsa that I think Vicini clipped. And I don't know, just impressive the way he stayed in front, used his size, forced Dybantsa into a really tough spot. He's going to be good. I also would like to pitch a nickname that you're going to hate for Steinbach.
Go ahead.
Do you have his headshot up? Just get the headshot up real quick for me before I say this.
On it. Hans. On Steinbach.
Tell me once it's up, and then I'll give it to you.
It's up.
Garrick Normandy.
Damn it, that's good.
It looks
Damn it,
just
that's
like him, man.
perfect.
He look he
It
looks
does. Oh my word, that's perfect.
he looks just like him. Okay, the big storyline at the end of this event unfortunately became this, and this was the debate all week. Who's better, Michael Brown or AJ Dybantsa? In the end, AJ Dybantsa was the player who was named the MVP of the FIBA World Cup. Ask anyone who watched all of these games, anyone who was in the gym, or anyone even publicly that isn't Fran Fraschilla, and they will tell you that Michael Brown was better than AJ Dybantsa this week. Their numbers were remarkably similar in this event. I will say that. And I'm going to read them before I get your take. Dybantsa averaged 14.3 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 2.3 assists this week. Michael Brown also averaged 14 points, 14.9 points, 2.1 rebounds, and 6.1 assists. So we're talking four more assists a game, half a point more a game from Michael Brown. But again, he was much more efficient. AJ Dybantsa shot horrible from three. Michael Brown shot 48% from three in this event and wasn't named the MVP. Is that politics? And do you think they got the decision brutally wrong?
So two things that I want to hammer across here. One, Michael should have won MVP. Michael should have won MVP. And then the number 2 point that I want to hammer across, who really cares? Like the fact that this is causing the biggest uproar that AJ Dybantsa got the U19 FIBA MVP is wild to me. Like I get it. It is a big talking point. But I mean, you would have thought that it was just like they gave the MVP to Brandon McCoy instead of like Michael Brown. Like it really like set things off. And yes, I think Michael Brown should have won MVP. Also, and maybe choosing peace right here and saying that I could not care less about like the uproar over the U19 MVP.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. And I don't think it was that dramatic that Michael was that much better. He was better. Like if I had a vote, I would vote for Michael Brown. But am I stunned that AJ Dybantsa won this award? No, not at all. I thought he was like absolutely the second best player on USA. And if anything, like the knock on Dybantsa was that maybe he deferred a little too much and that he just couldn't hit a three. But we're coming off a week where it feels like the talking points on Dybantsa have been like, wow, he's really not playing well. And wow, Michael's on fire. And they both average 14 points a game. Maybe that tells you why AJ Dybantsa was the MVP. I think he was the alpha of this team the entire time. And if Michael was more productive, had a better shooting week, was the best player, that's all fine. We can all say that. But it shouldn't shock you when the actual best player wins an award like this. And I don't know. I watched all these games. Michael was better. AJ was close. Though this whole time, this whole tournament, it was a three-man show of AJ, Coapede, and Michael. And I don't think it's all that worth getting hung up on. But we'll see. If Michael Brown sustains this level of performance into college, he is going to be sensational. Anything else? Any final words on Team USA at the end of this run?
Uh BYU said ball up top. Just want to make that very, very known.
Yeah.
That's my last takeaway.
Yeah. How many people hated on Dybantsa this week? A
Every
lot.
it was like it was the fun, trendy thing to do.
It has me a little excited for BYU season because I just realized people like painting Dybantsa as like the bad guy. And
Yeah.
if Dybantsa is the bad guy, I think I'm going to really like rooting for BYU this year.
Yeah, I feel good about where I'm at.